Hey everybody, this is Tank and Trucker, and today we're on mines, and I'm in the T26E5P. It's the Patriot version. Um, Pretty cool paint job on it and stuff. Anyways, this video I want to try and go ahead and emphasize angling your tank at like about a 45-degree angle to show you the difference in coming on a tank straight on and then coming at a tank, taking your tank and angling at a 45-degree angle on the difference in what can pen you and what can't pen you. So normally on this map, I try and get up by this rock, take up a position right there, and normally when they have artillery, you got to be real careful because if you come out a little bit too far or back up too far, already can schmuck you. But I was able to get up here and take up a decent position. And when I get up here, you can see that E25, that little fast dude got up there pretty quick, but I think they knocked the snot out of him. So I wanted to get up here so these guys didn't take any more damage than they, had to, and I was able to pop around into the WZ-111. I've already bounced one round. My gun got damaged, and I figured I was going to try and take a couple more shots before I fixed it. And that little guy right there, now that is the one I'm talking about. I was straight on, right at him, and I can't see where he penned me. Yeah, I don't see where he penned me. I thought he hit me in the lower plate. Let's see. Well, he had to have hit me in the lower plate, I thought, maybe. I don't know where he hit me. I thought it was in the lower plate. That's why I've got when I have mods on here, I've got one that's called a paintball mod. You can see exactly where they hit you. I do see this here, but I highly doubt that was from him. But I'm just going to say he hit me in the lower plate and go with that. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, where he did hit me. I'll have to watch this later on and try and figure out where he did hit me. But anyways, so he was able to pen me when I was straight on. And then you'll see me come up here. I angle it. And I try and keep it right at about a 45-degree angle. And you'll hear, every time I come up here, you'll hear thump, thump, thump. See, I just bounced like 4 or 5 rounds right there. I'm already up to 2,850 damage bounced. This WZ-111, what he's doing is he's trying to bait a shot. He's trying to get me to shoot by wiggling back and forth like he's going to pop out, and then he's not. So I figured I'd back down. Maybe he thought I, shot or something, but he didn't fall for it. Right there, he hit me with an HE round. He probably got sick and tired of shooting standard rounds and bounce. And this is where I came up a little too far, and I get my track knocked off. But you can hear the rounds are still bouncing off me. You got the TDs on the hill back there. Somebody knocked my track off there again, and they actually did some damage. So I thought, I better get out of that spot, because it's just coming up too far. Somebody's got a shot on my track. That was just a piss poor shot on my part. I should have never took it. And he loaded back into standard ammo again. The IS-3 really, he took his big boy pills there and took a shot up the hill. He made it. It looked like he took 1, maybe 2 hits on the way up there. But that was one of those mystery shots. I pulled the trigger and I have no clue where the round went. And this is that German tank I'm talking about up by the hill here. I hit him there. And that round, the angle he's at, it just hit the side of his tank and bounced. And I hit the rock, and then he's like, oh, I'm getting shot at. I'm getting out of here. And he backed up out of the way. And now this is at Ferdinand. I hit him in the side. It looked, and this guy here, he's pulling out in front of me, so I got to yank way out here to shoot. That round would have penned probably if it would have been lower. And now he's not lit, so I'm just taking a blind shot with a premium round. Would have hit him if he wouldn't have died. But getting up the hill here, because it's getting down to where they only got a few people left. I wanted to get some more damage in here. So I'm popping up the hill and I'm seeing what's over on the right side. So I figure, well, I'm going to go down the other side and see if I can help those guys over there. And see if I can get a little more damage in. The IS-2 gets knocked out. I try sliding down the hill ever so gracefully, and I bounced my tank. Thank God I didn't knock my track off. So I saw this T-34-3 over here. I think the T-29 puts a round in him. Somebody hit him for 208. I don't know if it was the. Let me look. Maybe the T-29 had the small gun. Yeah, the small gun. That's why. I was wondering why it sounded like it wasn't a louder boom. He's got the small, I think it's a 76 millimeter or something like that. I'm not even really sure what size it is, but it is a small gun. So I figure I'm going to come around here. He's not even looking at me, and I put one in his keister for 200 and some hit points. I know I'm safe to come around. I was going to take him out, but somebody else did. And all they got left is the tank destroyer setting up the hill there, the Steyr Wolfenträger. He backed up in there, so I was letting it shrink in, hoping he'd pull out, and he did, but I couldn't get a shot in on him in time, and that is the end of the match. But, as you can see, by angling the tank at a 45 degree, well, when I came straight up the hill, so that tank, I think it's got an 88 on it, which I'm not 100% sure what the pen is. If it's a standard round, it's probably 145, and I think the premium round bumps it up to 175. 180, give or take, and he was able to go through the front of my tank, and I couldn't actually find out where it went through the front of my tank. I just know it went through the front of the tank. So then I came backed up, recame at the rock at a 45 degree angle, and pretty much nothing could pen me. There was one point that I came up a little too far and something penned it looked like to the side of the track, but pretty much everything else bounced, and I think the 111 shot a HE shell at me there, and he did a little bit of damage. So, but still bouncing 3,590 damage by angling it. I mean, so literally they could have taken me out of that game twice. Well, 3 times basically, because you got the hit points that you have. Plus I bounced almost 4,000. Well, 3,590. So by angling that, I was able to keep the tank in the match that much longer and do that much more damage and help the team. So that's why it's so important to angle your tank as much as you can to bounce rounds. Some tanks you don't want to angle because, like the IS-7, that pike nose, it's pre-angled. You want to aim straight on an enemy with that. The IS-3, there's a few of them that with that pike nose. The T110. Yeah, anything that's got a pike nose, you want to aim straight on, because that's doing the angling for you. If you angle that at a 45, you're giving them a flat side to shoot through. So just, watch your front end. If it's a pike nose, aim straight at them. If it's flat, then you want to angle at a 45. But you don't want to over-angle like I did a little bit there, and they were able to go through the side of my track and damage me. So you don't want to over-angle. You'll get it after a little bit of practice. You'll get it down to where you're at a 45, and you'll know you're at a 45, and then you don't have to worry about it, and you'll be able to bounce a ton of damage like this. So, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I got the after-action report there for you to take a peek at, so I'll be right back in just a minute. Alrighty, everybody. Now, this is the same tank, T26E5P, on Fisherman's Bay, but now this time, what I did is I purposely went down into the city. It's usually where all the heavies kind of congregate. But this time what I did, instead of angling at a 45 degree angle, I came right at everything straight on, right head on. So you'll see the difference between when you angle it at a 45 degree angle, it can bounce 3,500 and some damage, to when you don't angle it and you just come straight on at tanks. To give you an idea why angling your tank is so important. And believe me, it killed me to do this, but I wanted you to see the difference between angling and not angling. And you'll see it makes a huge difference. Alright, we'll kind of scoot it up here a little bit faster to get down into the city. I didn't just want to YOLO down there and get killed. I wanted you to see exactly the difference between angling and not angling your armor. So now, I know the low's over there. I'm not sure what else is over there, but I know the low's got a good gun, but when you're angling this thing, it's not gonna, it still wouldn't pen it. Now see, right now I'm angled in that T-15A, which that's got actually a pretty good gun. He bounced, but didn't know he was there until it was too late. So now I'm straight on. Watch what happens. Boom. Put it right through my front. So I'm going straight on against him. No angling at all. He just put another round through me. So far I've only bounced the one round. I didn't want him pushing me in the water, so I figured I better kind of get over this way. The low just hit me in the side, kind of in the track area, so that one, I wouldn't say that really counts. So I see the low, and I want to come at him straight on too. So I start coming around the corner here. I was trying to get him to come out so he was head on with me, and he is. He's straight on. So basically, there was no angling there at all. So far, I've bounced one round. I figure I better try and get out of there. So, well, ended up not working out for the best because I ended up getting shot in the rear. But that is the difference between angling your armor and bouncing almost 4,000 damage to not angling your armor and bouncing one shell for 150, which I was still angled when that happened. But this is what happens. You end up dying and being knocked out of the game quick. I wasn't the first one out, but still one of the first ones knocked out. But that just goes to show you the importance of angling your tank. When I was straight on, round after round, ripped right through the front of me. I mean, it's got great armor, but if you got a gun like the low's got a really good gun. The 4502, or excuse me, the 4202 that was shooting me, that's got a real good gun too. I don't know if he was shooting me with premium rounds or standard rounds. I think that gets APCR for its premium, so it wouldn't make a hissing sound. Normally, when you get hit with a heat round, you'll hear it sizzle. It'll make that sound. So, anyways, that's why it is so important to angle your tank. You know, I only got 1,369 damage, and I was knocked out. So, definitely, if you take anything from these videos, remember when you're going against your enemy tanks to angle it at a 45-degree angle so you can bounce, you know, 3,500 damage versus 150 coming straight on. So, anyways, this is the last video, and I'll have the post-game for the one match where I bounced 3,500 damage. I apologize, I don't have the post-game for this one, but just as I was getting done I just got done with the match, I started making the post-game thing for it, and the security guy came up, told me I had to move, and I bumped the my cable that I've got plugged into my computer to tether my computer to my phone, and ended up getting disconnected. And once you're disconnected, you can't pull up the post-game stuff from the match again, unless you go to Watt Labs and upload it there. That's just kind of a pain in the butt. You basically saw what happened. I didn't angle the tank and got destroyed. So, anyways, if you want to hold on just a minute, I'll have that next video up for you. So, you guys hold on, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is the results of that match. And as you saw in the replay, what I did is I came up on the rock at about a 45-degree angle. And basically what that does is it takes your armor Let's see, the frontal armor on this, the hull is 152. And I won't say it doubles it, but it pretty much doubles it. Literally, if you come at a 75 degree, nothing was penning me. I mean, round after round. Finally, somebody started popping some HE rounds at me, trying to do some damage. I did pull up at one point a little too far, got tracked, and I started getting a little worried there because my track got knocked off a couple times, but they weren't able to pen me. I ended up bouncing. See, I got hit 20 times, only 3 rounds penetrated, so I bounced 17 rounds for 3,590 damage that bounced. Now, you're looking at a tank that's got 1,500 hit points, and basically, I bounced double what the hit points are. It's got 1,500 hit points, I bounced 3,590. So basically, 3 of these tanks in one match is what you just saw. I had 16 shots, 11 hits, 7 pen. I did a couple shots I took just kind of sucked. I hit the rock when I was aiming at that German tank. I'm not even sure what it was up on the hill there. Actually, I can tell you what it was real quick. It was, I think it was the VK3002D or the 3601H. One of the two. But I hit him a couple times, and then once I hit him on he was just at a really good angle. And that's what I talk about by angling your tank. There was a little sliver of them there that I could shoot at, and it was angled, and the round hit it and bounced. I tried switching back to standard rounds, and you know, I was having trouble going through. It looked like the rear, which I was really surprised of, the Ferdinand up on the hill. It looked to me like he was facing down the hill, and I was shooting him. Maybe because of the bush, he was facing up the hill. I don't know. I couldn't believe I wasn't penetrating him. I don't think I actually penned him one single time, did I? Nope. Right here, I shot him like I think 2 or 3 times, and all the rounds bounced. And finally, I loaded in some premium, and I think by then he was either destroyed or, yeah, I think he got destroyed right after I loaded in a premium round, because I figured, oh, I'm not penning him. I'll use a premium and go through him. But it was a master badge. Class 3, shell proof. Basically, to get that, you got to have a damage blocked by the armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle. Fire for effect, that's for doing the same, more hit points than the hit points of your vehicle. And I got a steel wall for bouncing almost 4,000 in damage. I came in 3rd highest in damage, and I think I came in 2nd highest. Nope, 3rd highest in experience too. And again, I had 16 shots, 11 hits, 7 pen. Damage, 1,722 worth of damage. 250 of it was for more than 300 meters. That was a German tank on the hill in the back. I got hit 20 times, 3 pens, 17 bounced for 3,590 damaged. Looks like I spotted 1 vehicle and damaged 5, destroyed 0. And knocked somebody's track off or something, and somebody else hit him for 465. This is a premium tank, so you make good money with it. So I made 70,997 credits. After they fixed the tank and resupplied the ammo, I still made 50,510 credits. So yeah, this thing makes a butt ton of money. It's like a cash register on tracks. But that is how I need to emphasize angling the tank, how at a 45 degree they couldn't pen me. So anyways, this is Tank and Trucker. I really hope you enjoyed the video and took something from it. If you could, please hit the like button down below, and please subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.